Bharat Ratna for 3 more people has in fact been announced by the Prime Minister on this particular momentous occasion. Just to tell the viewers who all have gotten the Bharat Ratna, joining us on the broadcast is my colleague and political editor Brijesh Pandey. Brijesh, 3 more names, 2 of them not from the Bharatiya Janata Party, 2 of them from South India. So many various thematics that the Prime Minister is playing at here. Over to you. Tell the viewers about these 3 people.
Well, absolutely. And Kabir, if you look at the pattern which started with Karpuri Thakur, who was given the Bharat Ratna by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, it was very clear, what the BJP was aiming at, giving Bharat Ratna to PV Narasimha Rao, somebody who did not enjoy a great equation with the Gandhi family, and someone said to be the modern architect of Indian economy, how he resurrected Indian economy from doom-like situation in 1991, is a clear indication of what the government is aiming at. By awarding PV Narasimha Rao Bharat Ratna, it is a slightly embarrassing situation for the Congress party, because the BJP has always said that Narasimha Rao never got his due only because he was not in the good books of the Gandhi family. So this is one attempt at that, being seen at that direction. Giving former Prime Minister Chaudhary Charan Singh Bharat Ratna is something which was long due, is something which will have a repercussion and will play a role as far as next general election in Uttar Pradesh is concerned, especially the western Uttar Pradesh, from where Chaudhary Charan Singh belonged to. The fact that that they have already stitched a tie with RLD, and post that announcement of giving Bharat Ratna to Chaudhary Charan Singh is a clear indication of how the BJP wants to play as far as you play the western Uttar Pradesh as far as the general election 2024 is concerned. M S Swaminathan, of course, I mean, he's a pioneer agriculture scientist, and his name notes no introduction. I think is definitely a well-deserving name, which deserves Bharat Ratna more than many of the people who have gotten it till now. So his case is something which is completely apolitical. But other than that, giving it to PV Narasimha Rao and giving it to Chaudhary Charan Singh, apart from acknowledging their status, both are the former Prime Minister, their contribution is also aimed at, A, embarrassing the Congress, B, reaching out to the southern constituents, which the Prime Minister has been doing it for a very long time now, in the last 6 months, 8 months duration. And Chaudhary Charan Singh is a clear indication of how the BJP wants to cement the western Uttar Pradesh Uttar Pradesh in the 2024 general election. Kabir?
You know what, Brijesh, you've raised some pertinent points over there and summarized the thematics at play over here, but you also mentioned that this is happening right on the footsteps and the heels of the RLD going back into the NDA fold. Could that be possibly part of the deal why Jayant finally shifted his focus and agenda?
Well, we'll have to wait and watch whether this was part of the deal or not, because we don't know for sure. But one thing is very clear, that if RLD decides to go with, RLD has decided to go with the BJP, and the fact that the very next day, once the seat sharing is finalized with RLD, what our sources have told us, that RLD agreeing for 2 Lok Sabha seat and 1 Rajya Sabha seat, the very next day, this announcement is being made. It cannot be seen in isolation. It definitely is a big BJP move to to reach out to the farmers community, to the farmers who are agitating, and sending a message to them that BJP is a party which looks after the interests of the farmers, which recognizes the worth and valor of big farmer leaders, as Chaudhary Charan Singh was known for. So I think it will definitely a very interesting reach out, which could have a very positive effect as far as the BJP's attempt to win as many seats in Uttar Pradesh as possible.
Statesmanship of the ruling dispensation, Prime Minister Modi's belief in conferring these awards in a very agnostic manner as well, Brijesh. 2 of these awards going to people from non-BJP background. Of course, farmers have been put first. There is the South Connect that you've spoken about. But by the end of it, full marks to Prime Minister Modi, isn't it?
Well, I would say, Kabir, that if you're looking at making sure that your equation with people change, you usually don't go for your own. You reach out to people where you feel that these reach out will help them to come your way. I think giving Bharat Ratna to Karpuri Thakur was an attempt in that direction, because that was a clear signal of how the Prime Minister view the entire caste coalition, or the entire caste calculus which was being sprung by JDU and RJD at that point of time. So it was attempted neutralizing the caste census demand of these two. With Prime Minister Narasimha Rao, giving him Bharat Ratna is also an acknowledgement, and also a fact that it embarrasses the Congress party, because much has been written about the kind of strained relationship which PV Narasimha Rao had with the Gandhi family. What happened when his dead body was not allowed to enter into 24 Akbar Road, and BJP always made this a big issue about how if you're not on the right side of the Gandhis, this is what the kind of treatment which is meted out to you. So this particular would be seen in this context. I mean, though people officially will never accept this and say that it is more recognition of the merit of the people, which is there. But other than that, if you look into the nuanced understanding of how and why these people were given Bharat Ratna, this would be one of the key reason. And third is why Chaudhary Charan Singh has been given, is because BJP has been facing a problem with farmers for a while now. If you remember, the farmers had laid besieged the entire Delhi, right, Punjab and all national highways for a good 1 year. And then the Prime Minister called off all the figures which had rolled, schemes which he had rolled forward. And yesterday also we saw farmers, right, protesting against the MRP hike and all. So this outreach is because Chaudhary Charan Singh was apart from many other things, he was also a tall leader as far as the farmers are concerned.
Skirmishes and fissures between Akhilesh and Jayant. You rightly mentioned all the farmers' protest, the big, huge one at all the border points, and the recent one that we saw yesterday, throwing the traffic and the city life, its routine completely out of gear. And then, of course, Brijesh, the South Connect as well, or Karnataka, Kerala, all these states constantly protesting about the tax tussle here in the national capital in Jantar Mantar. These three people now getting the Bharat Ratna, the real impact on the numbers ahead of 2024 before we let you go, Brijesh. Well, it seems like we're having some difficulty connecting Brijesh over there. We're going to quickly patch him back up, but the latest development and the latest news that we are tracking for all our viewers is that three people, PV Narasimha Rao, you've got Jayant Chaudhary's grandfather, Chaudhary Charan Singh, the former Prime Minister, and of course, M S Swaminathan, that have been conferred with the Bharat Ratna. Reactions? Let's quickly listen into those.
जो भी मदद किया है उनको भारत रत्न से उनको सम्मानित करने का काम कर रही है.
Well, those reactions, of course, getting over too soon. We're trying to bring you the latest real-time reactions from all these family members as well. Parliamentarians will soon be talking about that, albeit a little busy at the moment as the white paper is being discussed. But the Prime Minister, he's taken to the microblogging website, spoken about all these three people. He says it's a matter of immense joy that the Government of India is conferring the Bharat Ratna on Dr. M S Swaminathan ji in recognition of his monumental contributions to our nation in agriculture and farmers' welfare. He played a pivotal role in helping India achieve self-reliance, and he sure did. All right, I'm being told Brijesh is back with us. Brijesh, I was putting forth those questions, in terms of the farmers' protest that you brought to light. The southern states like Karnataka and Kerala that have been constantly protesting the tax tussle in Jantar Mantar, and the farmers' issue that has come to light as well. Real-time, impact ahead of 2024. What is that going to be? Of course, it's great optics, but what are some key regions? What are some key, areas that this particular move by the Modi government is going to affect?
Well, Kabir, when you're looking at making sure that that a big chunk of people who are not aligned with you, you adopt several measures. One of the measure is this, that you have announced Bharat Ratna for Chaudhary Charan Singh, who was a towering farmer leader, Jat leader, and if you look at the tweet of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where he says that that उन्होंने किसानों के अधिकार और कल्याण के लिए अपना पूरा जीवन समर्पित कर दिया. एंड और वो आपातकाल के विरोध में भी डटकर खड़े रहे, विच इज टेकिंग अ जाइब एट द इमरजेंसी, एंड ऑल्सो हमारे किसान भाई बहनों के लिए उनका समर्पण भाव और इमरजेंसी के दौरान लोकतंत्र की प्रतिबद्धता पूरे देश को प्रेरित करती है. सो यू सी, बेसिकली इट्स एन अटेम्प्ट टू सेंड अ मैसेज loud and clear to the farming community also, that irrespective of what the farming unions might be telling you, irrespective of what the opposition might be telling you, when it comes to acknowledging somebody from your own somebody who belongs to your own community, somebody who has been recognized for as somebody championing your cause for a very long time, this does send a positive message, as far as the farmers community are concerned. And apart from that, of course, when you have already stitched a tie with RLD, this also works on the dynamic that that BJP, irrespective of what is being peddled, is actually looking to align up with those who are being seen as on their side. So there are various some big bang announcement. Then there are a lot of schemes which you roll on the ground to make sure that the outreach is complete and effective. Elections are just around the corner. So these kind of optics might play. Whether it doesn't play or not is something which is which you have to wait and watch. But the fact of the matter is that as far as making attempt in the right direction is concerned, you cannot fault this government for
You know what, Brijesh? He's written, the Prime Minister has taken to the microblogging website just the excerpts that you were reading, even for Narasimha Rao Garu.
Absolutely.
And for Dr. M S Swaminathan, some long excerpts that the Prime Minister or the PMO, the entire team from his handle that have been put out. Now, two very important things. These are two people who are non-BJP affiliations, does show and tell the public ahead of general elections that the, beg your pardon, that the Prime Minister is of course inclusive when he's conferring these big awards. Well, the highest civilian honor rather.
Well, if you look at the way Prime Minister has dealt with it, is the Padma Awards, which earlier used to be the pocket borrow of people who are elite, people who are the talk of the town, or people who are having the entry into the elite and exalted circles of society. What he has done is that he has completely made the Padma Award stand on its head, metaphorically. And what he has done is that there are people who are deserving rather than people who are there the hierarchy or the top of the social structure.
The unsung heroes was the title of this year's Padma Award.
So what has happened, Kabir, is that it has given an impetus to the image of Prime Minister. Now, what is happening here in as far as Bharat Ratna, the highest civilian award, is concerned, is that the Prime Minister says that I have given it to Chaudhary Thakur. The opposition says, oh, you are playing politics. This is to blunt the caste census which was brought forth by JDU and BJD. But then there comes a question which says that you could have also given him, but you did not. So there would be people sitting on the fence about thinking about that Congress was also there, RJD was there, JDU was there, but somehow they never thought of it. So what if it is for politics?
Brijesh, do stay on with us. BJP spokesperson Anila Singh is with us on the broadcast. Let's quickly take her opinion and insights on this as well. A big move by the Modi government, Anila Singh ji. Narasimha Rao, Swaminathan, and of course Jayant Chaudhary's grandfather, Chaudhary Charan Singh, former Prime Minister, all being conferred with the highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna.
My Ram Ram to all, and definitely there is no doubts about it. If we talk about the three outstanding personalities who are going to get Bharat Ratna, they really deserve, because they went unrecognized during UP or the Congress regime, because they didn't fit in their criteria, but they deserved. And this is what Narendra Modi ji has shown, that any person deserving, he is there to support him. And especially if I talk about Chaudhary Charan Singh ji, he is Masiha of farmers. This is what each and every farmer recognizes him as well. And if I talk about the Jat community, today is the proud moment for the Jats, giving Chaudhary Charan Singh Bharat Ratna. I think they do not have words to express their delight. And they thank Narendra Modi ji that yes, Narendra Modi ji is one Prime Minister who has recognized the efforts of Chaudhary Charan Singh ji, and he will be getting Bharat Ratna.
Anila Singh ji, critics are going to be quite skeptic and of course put the opposition on that list as well, saying that timing is so suspect here. Jayant Chaudhary's RLD going back into the NDA fold, most likely, and well, lo and behold, you have the news of his grandfather now getting the Bharat Ratna.
See, I being the part of Bharatiya Janata Party, I know it very well that Bharatiya Janata Party under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji was already considering this thing that Bharat Ratna should be given to Chaudhary Charan Singh ji because he deserves it, because he is the Masiha of farmers, because he is the topmost leader till date from Jat community. So the efforts which he had put in for the farmers, all those efforts are recognized now, and he is going to get Bharat Ratna. We are very happy about it.
And the South Connect, Anila Singhi, South Connect that the Prime Minister has been focusing on, and two more names, I mean former Chief Minister Narasimha Rao, former Chief Minister and Prime Minister Narasimha Rao, and Dr. M S Swaminathan.
You're absolutely correct if you talk about the South connection. Opposition can see this thing from that point of view. They were never ever stopped giving them Bharat Ratna. They could have done the South connection. They could have done the Jat connection. Why didn't they do it? If they have got question mark that about the timing, it is their problem. Whether we talk about the North or the South, I think everybody is very happy. See, Karpuri Thakur ji, Chaudhary Charan Singh ji, Swaminathan ji, Narasimha Rao ji. So who can deny the fact that Swaminathan ji, what he did for the Green Revolution? Who can deny this fact that how Narasimha Rao or whatever Narasimha Rao ji did for this nation, he opened the economy. Because of him, he opened the gateway of the economy, and we saw the great changes happening in our nation. And because he started this, and today we have reached on the as the fifth strongest economy.
Well, you know, Anila Singhi, let's not kid ourselves. All of this, whether this is being done for the general elections or not is a different question. But it will certainly impact the numbers and positively for the Bharatiya Janata Party in the upcoming elections. Now, Karpuri Thakur, LK Advani, these three new names, of course, as well. Are more names going to join the list soon?
I don't have any knowledge about it. I can very well praise Narendra Modi ji for the names he has declared till date.
And the impact on the upcoming elections because of these announcements?
There is no doubts about it that it gives a positive feeling. It gives the positive feeling. This could have been done by the earlier governments as well, but they didn't do it. If they didn't do it, it is their problem. Bharatiya Janata Party is one political party under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji. You must have seen his way of working. Like he recognizes people who deserve. And these unsung heroes, definitely these were unsung heroes. Now everybody will come to know about the things they have done for the country.
All right, BJP's spokesperson Anila Singh, many thanks for joining with us and helping us out with your insights. 5 people that have been awarded Bharat Ratna this year: Karpuri Thakur ji, LK Advani, those 2 names we've already spoken about. These new names that have been announced by the Prime Minister on social media, again taking the entire social media and netizens by storm. The names of PV Narasimha Rao, Dr. M S Swaminathan ji, and of course former Prime Minister and RLD's current Supremo's grandfather, former Prime Minister Chaudhary Charan Singh. These 3 names have been announced and are being conferred with the highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna. Bharat Ratna for M S Swaminathan ji, Bharat Ratna for Chaudhary Charan Singh, and of course PV Narasimha Rao, the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and Prime Minister as well. Brijesh Pandey, my colleague and input editor, continues to be with us on the broadcast. So, Brijesh, I'm sure you heard that little conversation with Anila Singh as well. And they're quite rightly openly calling out the opposition, saying you could have done it yourself, but you haven't done it. And this is why we take the credit.
I was saying. This is exactly what I was saying, Kabir, that, I would like to update our viewers that, that Jayant Chaudhary, grandson of Chaudhary Charan Singh, has tweeted, and in his tweet, he's saying, Dil jeet liya. So it's a very clear picture, indication of how, what kind of effect this announcement is going to have as far as the farmers are concerned, as far as Jats of the Western Uttar Pradesh are concerned, and as far as the politics of Uttar Pradesh is concerned, especially the western part of it. This particular announcement of Bharat Ratna for Chaudhary Charan Singh is by far the most important after Karpuri Thakur, if I may say so. After Karpuri Thakur, the most important political, if you look behind it at its political angle, is the Bharat Ratna given to Chaudhary Charan Singh because the BJP signed a deal with RLD Supremo Jayant Chaudhary. A day later, once the details of the seat sharing agreements are made in public, though not officially, that they will get 2 Lok Sabha seat, 1 Rajya Sabha seat, and this is how the alliance would be. The very next day, there is an announcement that Chaudhary Charan Singh, the stalwart farmer leader, Jat leader from Western Uttar Pradesh, who commanded a massive swath of sway as far as the politics of Western Uttar Pradesh is concerned, has been given Bharat Ratna. And the 3-word tweet of Jayant Chaudhary is a very clear indicator of how people is going to perceive when he writes Dil Jeet Liya. It's a clear indicator of which way or how the people of Western Uttar Pradesh are going to look at this conferment of the highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna, for Chaudhary Charan Singh. A, he is a big farmer leader. B, he is a big Jat leader. He is a massive sway. His name has required respect across Western Uttar Pradesh, barring caste lines. And the fact that the BJP has just entered into an alliance with RLD, which is Rashtriya Lok Dal, and whose grandson is Jayant Chaudhary, now the grandfather, Chaudhary Charan Singh, has been awarded Bharat Ratna. And you were asking me this question about the kind of impact it will have on the politics of Uttar Pradesh. I think, those 3 words, Dil Jeet Liya, would be of enough indication, because it's not only, Jayant Chaudhary who would be saying this. There would be many who are sitting on the fringes, the Jats, the farmer leaders and all. They would definitely be softened by this announcement of Chaudhary Charan Singh getting the Bharat Ratna. Kabir?
Well, all right. Gautam Mukherjee with us on the broadcast. Very warm welcome to you, Gautam. Brijesh was just talking about the impact these 3 words, Dil Jeet Liya, will have on Western Uttar Pradesh. Is it safe to say it's going to be a clean sweep this time around? I mean, the RLD going back into the NDA, 2 Lok Sabha seats, 1 Rajya Sabha seat, and now Jayant Chaudhary's grandfather, Chaudhary Charan Singh, being conferred with the Bharat Ratna. I mean, look at the impact it's going to have in Western UP.
Well, out of the 80 seats in UP, projections are showing 72 in favor of BJP. In any case, I do not see this increasing the tally all that much, because there's only 8 seats to go around for the rest. But it is certainly a good timing for this gesture. It's also heartening to see that the Bharat Ratna is being given to deserving people from all sides of the society. Swaminathan is a case in point. PV Narasimha Rao, who was probably the most successful Prime Minister, economically speaking, from the Congress pantheon, and so him being awarded by the BJP, also created a samadhi for him in Delhi, is ironic, because their own side did not recognize this man, despite his being minister for 30 years and prime minister for 5, president of the Congress party. They treated him very shabbily at the end. Whenever they find anybody has anything to say of his own, this never went down with the Gandhis. The Gandhis basically gave themselves the Bharat Ratna and saved it for everybody else. Whereas the BJP, quite appropriately, as this country is growing from strength to strength, is spreading it around and acknowledging great men for their contribution.
The Padma Awards as well. Brijesh was with us just a short moment ago and was telling us about the Padma Awards, Gautam. how they've been flipped completely on their head. It doesn't go to the exalted and the, the elite, the celebrities of the society. It now goes to the unsung heroes. And now these 5 new names for Bharat Ratna as well. I mean, take a look at the real-time updates. You've got Nirmala Sitharaman, the finance minister, speaking in the parliament on the white paper. The opposition calling out the white paper, saying all of that is fraud. But Nirmala Sitharaman continuously saying that it's your wrongdoing. You could have done it, but you didn't do it. You could have brought the country out of those sluggish economic moves that you were making, but you did not. And it's the Modi government that has done that. And this time around as well, it just feels like it's a situation where the Congress is going to feel once again that it has missed another opportunity. And although it hasn't done so, but it's going to feel like shooting yourself in the foot.
Well, in many ways, Congress reminds me of a sick PSU in the old days. It's got lots of land, lots of asset, and is making continuous losses. Today, all the PSUs are soaring in the stock market. If not all, a goodly number of them. Whoever thought this was going to be seen so rapidly and so soon, that instead of one after the other being shut down, they are now soaring on the stock market. Preferred stocks, people are making 60% a year, 70% a year on them. It's wonderful. Certainly, the Congress is a sick unit, and I don't know, it needs radical surgery for it to ever emerge back into the light. And that radical surgery has to be provided by people other than the Gandhis. Their era has ended in all except name.
All right, Gautam, do stay on with us. Let's quickly listen into some reactions that are now trickling in. I'm told Rajiv Shukla of the Congress party, he's reacted to the Prime Minister's announcement. Let's quickly go across to it.
भारत रत्न तो राष्ट्रपति देता है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है कि ये जो है भारत रत्न दिया गया। पीवी नरसिम्हा राव जी जिन्होंने आर्थिक सुधार सबसे ज़बरदस्त किए थे, और मुझे दुख है कि उनके साथ मनमोहन सिंह जी वित्त मंत्री थे। इन दोनों ने आर्थिक सुधार लाए जो बाद में 2004 से 14 तक लागू हुए, उसके खिलाफ श्वेत पत्र आ रहा। तो एक तरफ तो आप उस टीम को भारत रत्न दे रहे हैं और दूसरी तरफ उसी टीम की जो है आलोचना कर रहे हैं संसद में। नरसिम्हा राव जी को भारत रत्न देने का हम स्वागत करते हैं, चौधरी चरण सिंह को भारत रत्न देने का हम स्वागत करते हैं, और स्वामीनाथन जी तो यहाँ पे बहुत बड़े कृषि वैज्ञानिक राज्यसभा में भी हमारे साथ थे, उनको भारत रत्न देने के लिए हम बहुत बहुत।
Well, so Rajiv Shukla over there commenting on the Prime Minister's big announcement. Brijesh Pandey with us on the broadcast. You know, Brijesh, we were just talking about that Jayant Chaudhary's ex-post where he says, Dil jeet liya. Right at the onset, when the announcement was made, I was already speculating. It's easy to jump the gun, I fell for that. I asked you about Jayant Chaudhary. Could it be one of those demands now that the RLD has gone back to the NDA fold? Does this tweet, again I'm speculating, does this tweet throw some light on that front?
Well, I think, it doesn't have to be a deal. BJP is a very pragmatic party. Please try to understand that don't fall for any kind of storied notions about Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He can be very strict when the situation requires, and he can backtrack like never before, and it could put everybody to shame by the way the speed with which he will backtrack if the situation doesn't suit the BJP or him politically. This is exactly what we saw during the year-long farmers' agitation. The Prime Minister put forth his view. They did not. The BJP did not buckle at all, and they were very clear that come what may, we are going to just brazen it through. Till Prime Minister realized that elections are around the corner, and immediately, one morning, he gave a 15-20 minute speech about how he felt that the things which he had introduced for the farmers' reform, MSP and other things, which will ameliorate their situation. It looks like that there are not many takers, and he took back. He resigned it the entire thing. So you have to understand that when it comes to suiting the BJP's broader political situation, the Prime Minister will not refrain even for a second to do that. The tie-up with RLD enhances the strength, or rather, if not enhances, it doesn't negate the position of the BJP in the Western Uttar Pradesh. And apart from that, if the BJP feels that if by awarding Bharat Ratna to Chaudhary Charan Singh gets them some sort of traction in the Western Uttar Pradesh, so why not? So that is exactly how they have gone about it. Whether Jain Chaudhary is pressed for it or not pressed for it, I don't know. But the way this was done and the way Jain Chaudhary has reacted, it's a clear indication of how people from Western Uttar Pradesh will also feel. Because Chaudhary Sahib is not like just Jain Chaudhary's grandfather. He is a big farmer, leader of the farmers. He's a big Jat leader. He has a lot of currency as far as Western Uttar Pradesh is concerned, and that is the reason why the Prime Minister has gone ahead and this announcement has been made. It will help BJP politically, irrespective of what people say. And the second part which I said, which was further corroborated by Anila Singh, is that the BJP has a very clear stand on this. You say we are playing politics, okay. You had your time. Did you do it? No, you did not do it. So that's your, that's your funeral. That's not our take that we do things which suits you politically. That never happens. It will never happen. So whether it is politics or not, whether it is recognizing the work which that particular person has done for the country, his contribution to the upliftment of the country. Every party gets a chance. It's very interesting to see how one party kind of uses it for its own benefit. There's nothing wrong in it, if I may say so.
All right. Well, let's quickly cut across to a reaction coming from BJP leader Sushil Modi, and then we'll go back to Gautam for more.
सामाजिक न्याय की योद्धा कर्पूरी ठाकुर से जो भारत रत्न देने का प्रारंभ हुआ है, और फिर उसके बाद अडवाणी जी, और आज इन तीन महापुरुषों को देने का ऐलान किया है, इसका हम स्वागत करते हैं। और कांग्रेस की सरकार ने इन लोगों को कभी सम्मानित नहीं किया। यहाँ तक कि जो यूनाइटेड फ्रंट और बाकी की भी जो सरकारें थी, उन्होंने भी कभी सम्मानित नहीं किया। तो ये गौरव देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को जाता है कि इन तमाम महापुरुष जिनका इस देश के विकास में इतना बड़ा योगदान रहा, जिसको कांग्रेस ने कभी सम्मानित नहीं किया, जिन लोगों को, उनको नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार ने सम्मानित करने का काम किया।
Well, all right. Gautam Mukherjee continues to be with us on the broadcast. Gautam, let's go back to Rajiv Shukla's statement. All right, I'm being told there's some connection problems with Gautam. We're going to quickly patch that up and go back to him. Brijesh, meanwhile, continues to be with us. Brijesh, going back to that Rajiv Shukla, reaction, where he says on the one hand, the Prime Minister is complimenting Narasimha Rao for the economic advancements that he made. With Narasimha Rao was Dr. Manmohan Singh. Those particular policies were put in effect between the decade of 2004 and 2014. And today, the Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in the Parliament is condemning those very policies. So, is it a credible statement? Where he's trying to sort of call out the double standard?
They have made a very neat demarcation between PV Narasimha Rao and the then Finance Minister and the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh from 2004 to 14. What they are criticizing is the financial policies of the UPA 1 and UPA 2, which is from 2004 to 14. And what they're saying is that the financial issues which they are lauding of Prime Minister PV Narasimha Rao is from 1991 to 1956. So they're doing it a very neat demarcation between Narasimha Rao and Manmohan Singh. You see, again I'm saying that the point is that it is all about how you give your narration. The Prime Minister has made it very clear that when it was the chance of the Congress, they gave it to themselves. Indira Gandhi got it, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru got it. Nobody's denying the merit or the stature of the leader. Rajiv Gandhi got it, but they're saying that when it came to Narasimha Rao, somehow his contribution was never appreciated the way it should have been, because he didn't treat it a Gandhi family, especially Sonia Gandhi and others, with the way otherwise somebody else would have done it. And I mean, now it is part of the common folklore about how his dead body was not allowed into entry, which Gautam also dwelled upon, how they were not allowed to make his samadhi in Delhi, and he was forced to go back to Andhra Pradesh. It is also a messaging which is going out that that even the Congresses which were not recognized by the Congress party, by Gandhi family, yet their contribution were great. We are rising above normal petty politics constraint, and we are awarding them, we are recognizing their worth. So it is going to be a double whammy as far as the Congress party is concerned. By awarding PV Narasimha Rao, they are awarding the work, his stature, his erudition, they're all awarding that. And it's something which is, and also awarding the fact that his equation with Gandhi family was not good, how he was treated post his death is also hitting out at the Congress party, that you talk about the political propriety, the political probity, and this is how you behave with an ex-prime minister. So it is, BJP is scoring several goals with the announcement of these two gentlemen as far as the politics of India is concerned.
Well, you know what, Bridget, you have painted a sort of like a real picture. It's not abstract to say that the Congress will find itself surrounded. Meanwhile, we will be on the lookout for a Congress reaction on this as well. Get them on the show. Ask them about what their strategy is going to be. The grandson of PV Narasimha Rao, they've given a reaction. They've commented on this particular big news and development, and some other reactions about how people are reacting to this big news. Three big names finally getting Bharat Ratna: PV Narasimha Rao. You've got Chaudhary Charan Singh and Dr. Swaminathan. Let's quickly listen in to those reactions.
We are very honored that Mr. Narasimha Rao has been conferred the Bharat Ratna. Narendra Modi ji's government is very, very instrumental in recognizing the people who have contributed to this country, even from people from different aspects, different regions, religions also, even from different political parties. Keeping the political affiliations apart, people, for the contribution, who have really contributed for the benefit of this country. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji has confirmed Sri Narasimha Rao, though he belongs to the Congress party.
इसका संज्ञान पहली बार किसी गवर्नमेंट ने लिया है, मोदी जी के नेतृत्व की हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने लिया।
दलगत राजनीति से ऊपर उठकर पीवी नरसिम्हा राव को भी सम्मानित किया।
नहीं, बराबर दलगत राजनीति से ऊपर उठकर ही हम लोग इस प्रकार के फैसले करते हैं।
चरण सिंह, नरसिम्हा राव और स्वामीनाथन, इन तीनों को भारत रत्न, ये बहुत ही अच्छी खबर है। चरण सिंह जी ने आजादी के बाद किसान की आवाज उठाई। नरसिम्हा राव ने देश में जो आर्थिक विकास कुंठित हुआ था उसको पार करने के लिए उन्होंने आर्थिक सुधार लाए। और स्वामीनाथन ने इस देश को, जो हम बचपन में कनाडा का और ऑस्ट्रेलिया का गेहूं चावल खाते थे, वो अब पूरा भारत ग्रीन रिवॉल्यूशन हुआ, हरित क्रांति हुई, उसके जनक है। तो तीनों का यथोचित सम्मान है, मुझे लगता है, भारत रत्न पुरस्कार। और मोदी जी कभी पार्टी के दायरे में देश का विचार करते हैं, पार्टी का केवल विचार नहीं करते, और इसलिए देश में जिनका गौरव होना चाहिए उनका करते हैं। सभी प्रधानमंत्रियों का जो म्यूजियम है वो भी उस उदार दृष्टि का परिचायक है, और सब लोग मोदी जी को, इस निर्णय को बहुत ही खुश है। और मुझे विश्वास है कि देश भर में यही स्वस्थ परंपरा कायम होनी चाहिए।
And well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the names that have been conferred with the Bharat Ratna this year alone. Take a look at that. Former Congress President Madan Mohan Malviya. He has been conferred with the Bharat Ratna. Former President Pranab Mukherjee is, of course, on that list, ladies and gentlemen. We also have former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who has been conferred with the Bharat Ratna. RSS leader Nanaji Deshmukh, he got the Bharat Ratna, of course, and a huge plethora of names. Asmi singer Bhupen Hazarika, well, of course, part of that esteemed list. Former Bihar Chief Minister Karpuri Thakurji got the confirmation this year alone. Former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani, he was also conferred with the Bharat Ratna just a fortnight ago. And these three new names now, ladies and gentlemen: former Prime Minister Chaudhary Charan Singh, the highest civilian honor for all of them. Former Prime Minister Chaudhary Charan Singh, former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, Indian agriculturist and scientist Dr. M S Swaminathan ji. Gautam Mukherjee continues to be with us on the broadcast. Gautam, you know, even as I'm surfing through the internet on various social media sites, the memes have also started to come in. This one where Prime Minister Modi is sitting in the center of the table amidst a cloud of math and science symbols, where the caption goes, PM Modi calculating vote shares and pending Bharat Ratnas. And why shouldn't he? We're right in the run-up of the 2024 polls now. But it seems like the Congress is definitely going to be finding itself, at a loss for words, and of course, cornered by themselves.
Sour grapes all the way. Now, what the Congress believes in under the Gandhis, a little while back we were talking about the lesser Padma Award compared to the Bharat Ratna, or even the higher echelons, the Vibhushan and the Bhushan. It was a patronage system. Those who were overt Congresses served their purpose, kowtowed to the Gandhi family, propagated their greatness. These were the people who were given awards. No one else. Doesn't matter what you've done, who you are, what your contribution is, you will be ignored. Now, compared to that, and the way the Gandhis behaved, they expected everybody to sort of pay obeisance, even when Pranab Mukherjee was president. And there are pictures of this. When Sonia Gandhi walks by, she ignores him, ignores the President of India when she was only a MP and the head of her party.
You know, Gautam, you spoke about Sonia Gandhi. How about we stop right here? Let's listen into a reaction that's come across from Sonia Gandhi, and then we'll come right back to you.
Former Prime Ministers Chaudhary Charan Singh and Bharat Ratna for P.V. Narasimha Rao.
Well, I welcome them. Why not?
Welcome them. Why not? A little bit of a dejected statement. I mean, at least the tone would suggest so, or am I reading too much into this? Anyway, do complete your thoughts, Gautam.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is just plain crass. Even now, what does she mean, why not? I mean,
precisely.
Who are you?
That's what I...
Who are you to ridicule people of such stature and to dismiss them with a cryptic remark behind your mask? This sort of thing is insulting in the main and is typical of this family. However, times have changed. We are now looking at humble people getting high office. We are seeing various people in unknown parts of the country, the villages and so on, getting awards. This is a very different India and will keep on going from strength to strength. Meanwhile, all the Congress displays is petulance, arrogance, and resentment at being thrown out of power and likely to stay out of power for the rest of their lives.
All right then. I'm just going to quickly confirm with the control room. Is Brijesh with us? Well, all right. We're going to quickly patch him back. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, the big news that we're tracking for all the viewers that are just joining us, the Bharat Ratna has been conferred on three more people. Three great men, stalwarts in their own industry and sector. Bharat Ratna for Dr. M S Swaminathan ji, Bharat Ratna for former Prime Minister Chaudhary Charan Singh, the Masiha of the farmers, and of course, Bharat Ratna for PV Narasimha Rao, the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and former Prime Minister of the country. Gautam Mukherjee continues to be with us. You know, Gautam, Prime Minister's agnostic decision-making, more inclusive decision-making. I mean, it's not just about the farmers community in Western UP. It's about the South Connect as well. And all of this is happening when Karnataka and Kerala and those leaders are already in Jantar Mantar in the national capital protesting about the tax tussle. Surely going to dissipate those woes for the NDA.
Well, I think that these awards, the highest award in the land, is not just petty political calculation. The NDA is slated to win in any case. What it is a signaling of how different the NDA is and intends to be in terms of how it recognizes people. You've got a Telugu bidda. He may not be from Karnataka. He's from Hyderabad. You've got M S Swaminathan from Kerala, and daggers drawn with the BJP. But M S Swaminathan is a national treasure. And you've got Chaudhary Charan Singh, whose influence and stature is way beyond Western Uttar Pradesh. He is a giant of a Jat leader. The Jats are in several states, and it isn't just a Jat matter. It is an honoring of the farmers, and one of their own who made it to Prime Minister, albeit briefly.
All right then. Brijesh Pandey back with us on the broadcast. Let's cut across. Brijesh, I'm sure you heard Sonia Gandhi's brief, yet an important reaction. A little bit of a dejected tone and tonality over there, wasn't it? Even as she welcomed the Prime Minister's move.
Well, I can't say much about the tone and tonality, but yes, one thing is very clear, and you will realize this particular piece of conversation throughout the day, because the most important announcement, other than Chaudhary Charan Singh for the general election 2024, the announcement of Bharat Ratna for PV Narasimha Rao, as I've been saying, is serves several purposes for the government, and the primary or the most important is that it embarrasses the Gandhi family, and it puts Congress, puts a big question mark on Congress's party politics, because you can say, as we've been discussing ever since the names came out, you can say that BJP is trying to play politics about it, BJP is trying to do this and that, but the fact of the matter is that you had a chance to redeem yourselves, you didn't do it, so there's no way you can crib about how BJP is trying to play politics and whatnot. The fact is that, Narasimha Rao is considered to be an architect, a key architect, as far as bouncing back India's or scripting India's economic revival or survival story, which he's also aided by Dr. Manmohan Singh, who was the finance minister, then finance minister. But the point is that after his tenure got over, after his demise, somehow the story and the depth of or the weight of what PV Narasimha Rao did as the Prime Minister of this country somehow got lost in translation. And it would be surprising that that we have seen maximum number of times Prime Minister mentioning about the contribution which has been made by PV Narasimha Rao than the Congress Party, and it led to Congress Party kind of making us or scurrying to reclaim the history of PV Narasimha Rao, but it was late, and then started coming out for the general public. People like you and me might know, but the then general public also started getting know about the kind of treatment which was meted out to the dead body of PV Narasimha Rao, and how he was forced out, not to allow entry into 24 Akbar Road, and made sure that that his samadhi is not made here in Delhi. So all of those things put the Gandhi family especially in a bad light, and I think today by honoring PV Narasimha Rao, the main aim would be, I would say, I stand to be corrected, but would be to embarrass the Gandhi family like anything. And you heard what Rajiv Shukla said, that Manmohan Singh was also one of the key architects, and how is the Congress trying, how is the BJP criticizing the tenure, but what he missed was that the BJP has given Bharat Ratna to PV Narasimha Rao was Prime Minister from 91 to 96 and is considered to be the architect, along with Dr. Manmohan Singh,
Well, all right.
resurrection of
Farmer
economic.
leader Rakesh Tikait is joining us on the phone line. Let's listen into his reaction as well. Rakesh जी, बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है ब्रॉडकास्ट पे आपका। कितनी बड़ी खबर, किसानों के मसीहा चौधरी चरण सिंह जी को भारत रत्न, क्या महसूस कर रहे हैं इस समय आप?
नहीं, ठीक है, महसूस ठीक है। जो भारत रत्न दिया जा रहा है वे उसके काबिल थे, तो उनको दिया जा रहा है और ठीक महसूस कर रहे हैं।
तो इसको आप वेलकम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन साथ ही साथ मुझे लगा कि आप और भी कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं यहाँ पे।
और ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि जो दूसरे मुद्दे हैं किसानों के, स्वामीनाथन जी को भी भारत रत्न दे रहे हैं, उनकी जो योजना है, जिस काम के लिए उनको दे रहे हैं, तो उस योजना को भी लागू करो। धन्यवाद कर देंगे, डबल धन्यवाद कर देंगे।
जैसे कि
स्वामीनाथन कमेटी की रिपोर्ट में है C2+50 वाला फार्मूला, इनके बीजेपी के घोषणा पत्र में है, उसको भी लागू कर दो। इलेक्शन का टाइम है, जो कुछ सरकार दे उसको पल्ले में गिर, सरकार ने दिया तेल पल्ले में गिरा, जो कुछ मिलेगा ये 1 महीने में मिलेगा। हाँ
जी। और कोई डिमांड इस समय जो आप रखना चाहें? सब लोग कह रहे हैं कि जितने भी
डिमांड जो है कि MSP गारंटी कानून, उसको लागू करो। 13 महीने आंदोलन चला, उसको भी लागू कर दो। देखो, इलेक्शन में ही सरकार उसे पब्लिक की वो पड़ती है कि इलेक्शन में कुछ ना कुछ घोषणाएं होगी, तो घोषणा कर रहे हैं तो MSP गारंटी कानून की सरकार को घोषणा करनी चाहिए। स्वामीनाथन कमेटी की जो रिपोर्ट है उसको लागू करना चाहिए। जो C2+50 वाला फार्मूला है उसे लागू करें। इन्होंने A2+FL किया है उत्तर प्रदेश का, और उसकी बात करें तो यहाँ पे गन्ने का बड़ा इशू है, यहाँ पे दूसरी फसलों का इशू है। बिहार की सरकार इनके साथ में आ गई है, काम कर रही है, तो वहाँ पे जो मंडियां हैं, बाजार समिति हैं, वो पूरी खत्म कर दी। पूरा एक किसान का प्लेटफॉर्म मंडियां होती थी, उसको खत्म कर दिया। उसको वहाँ पे लागू करे, मंडी बहाल करे। ये इशू है सब जगह के, तो इनको सरकार को काम करना चाहिए इस पे।
जी, बहुत सारे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लीडर्स ये भी कहेंगे राकेश जी की काम चल रहा है, 13 महीने तक आंदोलन चला किसानों का, और किस तरीके से चला, गर्मी में, बारिश में, सर्दी में, और प्रधानमंत्री ने तीनों वो फार्म बिल्स जो हैं वापस रिपील कर लिए। अब ऐसे में बीजेपी लीडर्स का मानना है कि काम धीरे धीरे चलेगा। अभी नोएडा में पूरा प्रोटेस्ट हुआ, देखने को मिला किस तरीके से रोड बंद कर दी गई। जितने भी ट्विटर पे इतने सारे किसान यूनियंस के ट्विटर पेजेस हैं, सब किस तरीके से सहानुभूति और अच्छे से वेलकम कर रहे हैं इस स्टेप को।
नहीं, हम क्या मना कर रहे हैं, हम क्या मना कर रहे, वे उस लायक थे तो उनको दे दिया, लेकिन माड़ा पर आकर जमीन लूटी जाए तो भी तो ठीक नहीं है।
तो आपका मानना है कि कुछ और आपकी मांगे भी पूरी कर दी जाएं तो डबल धन्यवाद हो जाएगा ये?
हाँ, डबल दे देंगे धन्यवाद। हम क्या मना कर रहे सरकार को धन्यवाद का? भाई, स्वामीनाथन कमेटी की रिपोर्ट को लागू कर दे, उनके घोषणा पत्र में है। बिजली उत्तर प्रदेश में कहा कि हमारी सरकार आएगी तो फ्री देंगे, वहाँ मीटर लग रहे। गन्ने के भाव है, पूरे देश में MSP गारंटी कानून है, उसको लागू कर दो। हम तो धन्यवाद दे देंगे, हम काम नहीं कर रहे, दुनिया को दे देंगे धन्यवाद।
अच्छा, चलिए राकेश जी, जाते जाते ये जरूर बताते जाइए कि किसान कम्युनिटी में इस समय किस तरीके का माहौल है। चौधरी चरण सिंह जी जैसे किसानों के मसीहा को भारत रत्न मिल जाना, वो भी एक भारतीय जनता पार्टी की गवर्नमेंट से, मोदी जी की गवर्नमेंट से मिल जाना, इस पे आपकी क्या टिप्पणी रहेगी?
नहीं, ठीक है, हम क्या मना कर रहे, हम तो धन्यवाद दे रहे। भाई, उन्होंने दिया धन्यवाद है, लेकिन
राकेश जी धन्यवाद ठीक है, थोड़ी राजनीति की भी बात की जाए।
हाँ, राजनीति कर रहे हैं, असली बात बताई नहीं रहे। क्या ये वोट के बदले दिया गया इन्होंने, ये बता दो भाई। वोट के बदले दिया है क्या, वो बता दो।
अभी तो वोटिंग हुई नहीं, अभी कैसे बताएंगे वोट के बदले दिया?
अरे आप तो बहुत ज्ञानी आदमी हो भाई, प्रेस के लोग सबसे ज्ञानी आदमी तो आज देश में प्रेस के ही आदमी है। देखो, जो दिया है एक बड़ी डिमांड थी, और ठीक है, सरकार ने दिया है, उस काबिल थे, और नरसिंहा राम जी को भी दिया है, आडवाणी जी को भी इन्होंने दिया है, वो भी इस बात थे कि उन्होंने भी अपनी पार्टी के लिए और बड़ा काम उन्होंने भी किया था, तो दे रहे हैं जिसको भी ठीक दे रही है। सरकार का काम है कि देने का, और इलेक्शन के टाइम पे सरकार दे तो भाई वो वोट भी चाहती है कि भाई मुझे वोट भी मिल जाए,
और इलेक्शन के ही टाइम पे पब्लिक सुनती भी है गवर्नमेंट को। आप कह रहे हैं C2+50 फॉर्मूला, स्वामीनाथन कमेटी की रिपोर्ट का जो एक फॉर्मूला है उसको भी लागू कर दिया जाए और बाकी मांगे भी पूरी कर दी जाए किसानों की, तो डबल धन्यवाद होगा। लेकिन एक और चीज राकेश टिकैत जी, अब RLD से जयंत चौधरी NDA फोल्ड में चले गए वापस, और उसी के फौरन बाद ये अनाउंसमेंट हो गई। ऑपोजिशन के काफी सारे नेता कह रहे हैं कि ये तो मांग या दबाव डाला होगा इस भारत रत्न का, लेकिन कुल तस्वीर जो सामने आई है उस पे आपकी क्या राय है? किस तरीके से देख रहे हैं आप जयंत चौधरी का NDA में चले जाना?
देखो, पॉलिटिकल आदमी जहां से उसको वोट मिलती है, क्योंकि खेल पॉलिटिक्स का खेल है वोट से, जहां से वोट ठीक मिलती है तो वहीं समझो वहीं जाते हैं वे। तो कौन कहाँ जा रहा वो तो वो खुद ही बेहतर आदमी जानता है कि हमें यहाँ से ज्यादा मिलेगी, यहाँ से कम मिलेगी। मेंबर पार्लियामेंट जीत के ज्यादा जहां से आएंगे, जहां से ठीक रहता है। तो पॉलिटिक्स का यही तो खेल है पॉलिटिक्स का। हमारा काम है मूवमेंट का। जो भी सरकारें गलत फैसले लेती है सही फैसले लेगी, सही फैसले लेगी धन्यवाद करते रहेंगे, आगे की डिमांड करते रहेंगे। इसमें आंदोलन और आंदोलनकारी जिंदा रहना चाहिए, तो ही सरकार ठीक रहेगी।
जी चलिए, राकेश जी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। अपना व्यक्तित्व, अपना पर्सपेक्टिव हमारे सामने रखने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। चौधरी चरण सिंह, he has been conferred with the Bharat Ratna, and it's not just him alone, but PV Narasimha Rao and Dr. M S Swaminathan ji as well. A reaction coming from the RLD fold now on, well, Charan Singh getting the Bharat Ratna. Let's quickly cut across to that reaction.
देखिए, ये चौधरी चरण सिंह जी को भारत रत्न जो सरकार ने दिया है, ये एक बहुत ही किसान सम्मान की बात है। और ये चूँकि चौधरी चरण सिंह एक किसानों के हीरो थे, गांव वालों के हीरो थे, उन्होंने गांव, किसान, गरीब के लिए बहुत काम किया है। उन्होंने जो राजनीति बड़े बड़े लोगों के, बड़े बड़े रईसों के घर में कैद थी, उसको गांव की गलियों में उतारा और तमाम लोगों को नेता बनाने का काम किया। आज भारत सरकार ने उन्हें भारत रत्न दिया। मैं पार्टी की तरफ से और अपनी तरफ से इसका स्वागत करता हूं, और ये देश के करोड़ों किसानों का, नौजवानों का और गांव के उन लोगों का सम्मान है जिनके लिए चौधरी चरण सिंह ने लड़ाई लड़ी थी।
मोदी सरकार की मैं भूरी भूरी प्रशंसा करना चाहता हूं, जिसने आज असली भारत को सम्मान दिया है, जिसने रियल इंडिया को सम्मान दिया है। भारत माता के ग्रामीण जीवन से निकले हुए चौधरी चरण सिंह को जो सम्मान आज मिला है, हम गौरवान्वित हैं। चौधरी चरण सिंह स्वतंत्रता सेनानी थे। उन्होंने पंडित नेहरू के सामूहिक खेती के कंसेप्ट को कांग्रेस के नागपुर अधिवेशन में ध्वस्त किया था। उन्होंने उत्तर प्रदेश में लैंड रिफॉर्म कराए, जिसकी वजह से वो पूरे देश में, नहीं पूरे हिंदुस्तान में वो प्रसिद्ध हुए। उन्होंने पंडित नेहरू से और कांग्रेस पार्टी से अपनी असहमति दिखाई जब कृषि का बजट, ग्रामीण भारत का बजट 35% से घटा करके 15% किया गया। वो इस अदला बदली के खिलाफ थे। वो चाहते थे कि औद्योगिकरण के साथ साथ जो ग्रामीण भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था है वो खराब नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Well, my colleague and political editor Brijesh Pandey with us on the broadcast. Brijesh was earlier just speaking to BKU leader, Kisan Union leader Rakesh Tikait, and ever since the Andolan and the protest at the various Delhi border points began, the media knows that it's never easy to talk to Rakesh Tikait. He's right, very blunt and to the face. He'll talk back. Has thrown some sort of hints as to how the farmer community, is reacting to this big announcement. In that conversation, Brijesh, Rakesh Tikait didn't really sound as excited, saying, why don't you also, focus on all our other demands as well? If you're giving the Bharat Ratna to M S Swaminathan, why don't, implement the Swaminathan committee report and the C2+50 formula? Of course, my limited opinion, I'm not well versed with this formula per se, but Rakesh Tikait of the opinion there are several things that the government can also do. It's going to be a double thanks for them.
Well, I think, what Rakesh Tikait said, and his lack of excitement is stemming from pure politics at play. There's nothing more to it, because, he represents a big, powerful Kisan union, but he's not the representative of the entire farming community as far as Western Uttar Pradesh is concerned. If you remember, the 2022 the Vidhan Sabha Assembly elections of Uttar Pradesh, people were predicting a complete rout of BJP from the Western Uttar Pradesh, where, the major chunk of farmers who were protesting came from. They were shocked to see that it was the other way around, and BJP won most of the seats. See, the point is that if you take politics aside, and if you allow the issue to percolate down to people at the bottom, when there would be 5 or 10 people who were sitting at the margin out of 20 or 30, and for them this news means good news. It's a positive step forward, and it is these chunk which the Prime Minister, which the BJP is aiming at. If you are a BJP supporter, then there's no point wooing you doubly over, and if you are an anti-BJP and you are a Congress supporter or any other supporter, the BJP might make a try, but cannot be overtly enthusiastic of getting you or co-opting you in their own fold. It is people who are sitting at the margins, it is people who are sitting on the fringes, is something which they aim to reach out at. It doubly solidifies their base, which is that sending a good signal to the farming community, to the Jat community, say, by honoring one of their tallest leader, and it also sends a signal to people who are sitting on the fringe, not sure of which way to go about. So I think this will definitely be a factor in play as far as the general election is concerned. And now you double it, or you couple it up with the fact that the grandson, Jayant Chaudhary, the day he announces, the official announcement is made that he has gone to the BJP, then the optics will unfold in its entirety for the people of Uttar Pradesh about how big the decision is, how the entire thing is playing out, and how now Ajit Singh's son, Chaudhary Charan Singh's grandson, is aligned with the BJP. That'll make the circle complete, as far as the politics of Uttar Pradesh is concerned, and as far as the BJP is concerned.
Right, the fringes, the marginalized. Another important point, Brijesh, that you've made over there. The Modi government has been, very aggressively been telling the people of this country that 25 crore people have been pulled out of poverty under this particular dispensation. Brijesh, many thanks for joining with us and helping us out with those details. Gautam Mukherjee with us on the broadcast. Gautam, before we let you go, really briefly, very quickly, your viewpoint on this little conversation with Rakesh Tikait that I just had, if you heard it.
Well, there is a layer on top of this northern farmer movement who attempt and blackmail to control the majority. In those 3 acts which were rescinded by the Prime Minister under so much pressure, the crowds that were there because on pain of suffering, if not worse, and it's run by these few people on top who basically collect commissions and control the movement of MSP and farm produce, and do not want any other form of structure to come up. Now, this man represents all that. So he thinks he is a pressure group boss, and he has made a pressure group boss statement on your channel just now.
All right then. Gautam, many thanks for joining with us. We're going to have to slip into a quick commercial break here. Do stay on with us as we bring you more reactions, as we bring you more comments from both sides of the divide, of course. Politicians from the BJP, from the Congress, from family members of all these 3 stalwarts. Bharat Ratna for PV Narasimha Rao, for M S Swaminathan and Chaudhary Charan Singh.